Hi, it's Brian at Allen Carpenter, and today I'm going to be answering the 5 most common questions we get from people who have been involved in a car accident. So this is a good question that people often have about what they should do immediately following an accident. First one is call 911. It's important to address anyone that has suffered any injuries and get medical treatment. It's also important to have the police investigate and document what has happened and whose fault the accident was. At the scene, the police will typically give you a piece of paper called an information exchange form that will have the name of the driver and the insurance information. It's important to get that if you can. And also, if you're not hurt and you're physically able to do it, maybe even take some pictures of the accident scene and the damage to the vehicles. That may help later on when either insurance companies or the police are deciding who was at fault. So this question is about the types of claims that I might have when I'm in an accident. If somebody else is at fault for a car accident, you have several different types of claims that you should consider. First of all are the claims about your property damage. That's your vehicle and maybe any other property that was damaged inside the car. You're entitled to a rental car, and if your vehicle is damaged enough, you may even be entitled to recover what's called a diminished value claim or a loss of use claim while the car is being repaired. Those are all things that an attorney can help you with as it relates to your property damage. As it relates to potential injuries that you suffer in an accident case, that can include such things as medical expenses. It can include lost wages. It could also include compensation for future medical expenses for any injuries that you suffer. And so if you've been involved in a car accident and somebody else was at fault, those are all the different types of claims you can pursue. So if you're given a ticket or a citation by the police at the accident scene, it's not the end of the world, and it doesn't mean that you can't pursue an injury claim. Arizona is what's called a comparative fault state, which means you are only responsible for your percentage of fault that gave rise to the collision. So if there's another driver that was also partially at fault, you can still pursue a property damage or injury claim for whatever percentage of fault the other driver has. So a hit and run accident can sometimes be a stressful situation, but it doesn't mean that you can't pursue a claim. On your insurance policy, you likely have coverage called uninsured motorist coverage. Now, that typically covers situations when you're injured by another driver who does not have insurance, but it also specifically covers hit and run drivers. There is one interesting aspect of a hit and run uninsured motorist claim, and that is we have to have proof or corroborating evidence that proves that there was a hit and run accident. And so some of the things that you can do to help with that is take pictures of the damage to your vehicle. If there's damage in the street or skid marks, that can be helpful. Or if there are other witnesses nearby that saw it. All those things will be important as corroborating evidence to pursue an uninsured motorist claim on your own policy if you're involved in a hit and run accident. So not all injuries are immediately obvious at the accident scene. In fact, it's very common for people to experience that adrenaline rush at the accident scene, and then often pain symptoms don't show up until hours later or even the next day. That's a very common experience, and we deal with a lot of cases where that happens. The important thing is when you do begin feeling pain or feel like you've been injured, to seek necessary medical attention, whether that's with your primary care doctor or urgent care, and we can help you navigate that process as we pursue your injury claim. So those are some of the common questions we get, and you may have others. If you have any questions, you can call us anytime, and we can talk through with you the issues that you face in your particular circumstance. And we can talk to you about what it would look like to hire an attorney and what we can add to your case. Or check out our website where we have lots of other information and resources that can help you navigate the process of your personal injury claim.